All right, well, it's starting to be one of those days where nothing quite works out right. I brought these ladder jacks down, and it turns out that this ladder, when I separate it, it's not long enough to use them. So I'm gonna have to bring another ladder sometime. But and then I was gonna build some elaborate scaffolding from these leftover rafters that are eventually gonna be for my covered porch. And I tried to lift those by myself, and it turned out to be a little too heavy. Okay, we got these shingles high enough that I can put the shade awning on top of them and I won't have to cut them in after. So we're going to use the magic hammer to go back to the shop and build the awning. Okay, magic hammer, take me to the shop. Take me to the shop. I know what it wants. It wants me to hit myself on the head. All right. I said the wood shop, not the barber shop. Come on, man. This is where I get my hair cut. Take me to the wood shop. All right, we made it. I don't know why it's always got to be so difficult with that thing. So I made one support already. We'll make the second one together so you can see how I did it. Sorry, I don't have any plans for this. I just made it up as I went. Now we're making this piece right here. Inch and a quarter. Yeah, very painstakingly squared off this mortise. I cut about 1.1/8 off the end of this tenon so I wouldn't have to make it a through tenon. So let's see how it fits. Okay, so now I just temporarily assemble this and transfer these locations by hand and then drill them out and chisel them out. And there you go, that's where we'll drill. Interesting bit of information about this drill press, which is awesome. This was purchased from the International Harvester Company when the plant in Springfield closed, and it was $100, and this thing is so nice. If you ever see one of these, buy it without hesitation. And now we just do the rest of the work with the chisel. So I just rounded off these edges with the chisel, just helps it fit. And we got this chiseled out, so let's just give it a test fit. And that seems to fit pretty well. One of the advantages of cutting the tenon recessed on all four sides is if you do mess up on your hole or anything, that this just covers it and it doesn't show. Okay, I got this one test fit, and we just got to take it back apart and cut the angle there and there. Just soften some of these corners a little bit. And if you look in these heels, it's not the tightest joints, but it's going to be 10-15 feet in the air, so I don't think it really matters. Alright, so we got everything made in the shop except for this last cross bracket and the rafters. So we'll just transfer these measurements and make another one of these brackets, and then we will make the rafters. Alright, now let's make some rafters. Alright, we're going to make this plumb cut first. So, I don't know if you can see this, but this says pivot point, and this is our common rafter guide. So we did 8 and 12, so we're going to line up 8, and we're just going to draw a line across there. Alright, so we made our plumb cut, and there's a dotted line on your square, and you can line that up with your plumb cut, and that will give you your bird's mouth top cut. Probably an official name for that. Just butchered it. And then to get the other angle on your bird's mouth, you can just use the 8 and 12 pitch again. Okay, we're going to use our rafter that we cut as a template. Alright, there we go. So that should do it for rafters. These should be hitting a top plate. Yeah, we'll just throw our rafters up here for effect. I'm going to probably move them when I put the solar panel on, so I'm not going to screw them down. More or less eyeball good. Alright, let's go around and take a look at the finished product. And I gotta say I'm pretty happy with this. A lot of times people think I'm being too hard on myself when I point out the things that I could do better. But I think I nailed this one. I'm really happy with the proportions. Oh, the shadows. Hold on a second. Alright, that's a better angle. Alright, here's one thing. So on the other side, I put it up first and I butted the shingles to the sides of the pieces. On this side, I put them on top, and it probably looks a little bit cleaner the other way, but boy, it's a lot easier than cutting all those shingles around it afterwards. So I think I'd still do it this way again. So we'll get the solar panel on there, and that might be the next video, or I'm not sure. I got all this poplar here stacked and stickered, and so maybe I'll do the board and batten next. Either way, I'm pretty far behind. It takes me a while to make these videos, so it'll probably be 2 weeks before you see another one. Sorry about that. But I think that adds to the overall appeal of the cabin hopefully without making it look too busy on the outside. But I don't think so. And that should get about 3 hours of sun in the afternoons. It's not going to get a ton of sun because of these trees, but it'll get the sun when I need it most in the summer, because I'm dying out here and thinking about putting a little air conditioner in. So that should help ease the load.